despite the L, we kind of figured this was probably going to happen. The third quarter, this season is clearly a problem. And let me talk about it real quick before I talk about the game. So with the exception of the Charlotte game, there used to be a name. Well, I'm calling this from Tim Reynolds. There used to be a name for the third quarters like this. Heat third quarters at home this season. This is at home versus Orlando. Then all third quarters outscored 39-18. Versus Detroit, outscored 36-14. Versus New York, outscored 35-22. The Heat led by 13 in the third quarter. And they went to the fourth quarter being down 87-80. Incredible. Let me double check with the Charlotte game real quick in case if I was wrong. Which, knowing myself, I probably would be wrong. No, I was right. They were not outscored. But in this game, only one name that stands out for the Knicks. Karl Anthony Towns. This guy was balling. You could not stop him even if you tried. So let's talk about the Knicks box score. You got Mikal Bridges, the former Net, who was traded to the Knicks. 17 points for him with 4 3-pointers, 6 for 16 in field goals, 1 for 2 in free throws with 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Anunoby with 11 points with 3 3-pointers, 2 free throws, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. You ready for this? Karl Anthony Towns, 44 points. He scored 44 points against the Miami Heat. Karl Anthony Towns was from the Minnesota Timberwolves. They went to this blockbuster trade with Julius Randle and DiVincenzo. If I butchered it, I do apologize once again. But he was involved for that trade. He's a 7-foot center, and he has shot 4 3-pointers, 17 field goals, 6 for 6 in free throws, 13 rebounds, 2 assists, and 44 flipping points. My goodness. And then Jalen Brunson, he also scored 22 points, but that's not as impressive as Karl Anthony Towns scored 44 points. That's crazy. That's so crazy. You couldn't stop Karl Anthony Towns. Our centers couldn't do it. Bam couldn't do it. Well, we used to think Brian was going to do it. But anyway, regarding Brunson, he scored 22 points, 3 3-pointers out of 7 that he's made. Of course he would. 6 for 18 in field goals, 7 for 8 in free throws with 2 rebounds, 9 assists. And then Josh Hart with 10 points with 2 3-pointers, 4 for 7 in field goals with 14 rebounds. 14 rebounds Josh Hart has, and he's a shooting guard. That's the kind of night the Heat's defense had. Is you allowed 14 rebounds as a whole, like from a shooting guard. If this was Towns, which either way he had 13 flipping rebounds, this would have been incredible. But he also has 6 assists, 1 steal, and then off the bench, McBride, of course, with 10 points, 2 3-pointers. And so on and so forth. For the Miami Heat, a couple of players were pretty good. Like Rozier was pretty good. But Tyler Hero was fantastic tonight. He was trying to do single-handedly save the Heat. Despite the ball hawking, despite the ball hawk that he was in the first half, he was producing points. Jovic with 10 points with 2 3-pointers, 4 for 7 in field goals, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. Butler with 15 points, not a bad night for him. 6 for 9 in field goals, nice. 3 for 4 in free throws with 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Bam Adebayo, he has to get it going somehow with the points that he's making. 11 points only with 3 for 7 in field goals, 5 for 6 in free throws. The rebounding is a concern. It's a concern, especially with Bam. He used to be the top rebounder, but he only had 3 rebounds tonight. 3. I get that there's Jovic, but Bam should try to produce some. We allowed a whopping 42 rebounds, but despite that, we only had 39 because of Kaz getting 8 rebounds. But anyway, he also has 4 assists, 1 steal. Tyler Hero, 34 points. He shot 34 points in this game with an incredible 8 3-pointers out of 13 for Tyler Hero. What a night offensively for Tyler Hero. Was it enough? No, not even close. 12 for 20 in field goals, 2 for 2 in free throws. He also has 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal. Pretty darn good night for Tyler Hero. Then Terry Rozier, I thought he was pretty good too. He has 16 points. With 4 3-pointers, still it's half of what Hero made, but still pretty good numbers. 5 for 14 in field goals, 2 for 2 free throws with 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. Pretty good night for Rozier as well. But off the bench, I like to say only 19 points were scored off the bench. Not bad. Hotcats was still our good player with the free throws. Actually, maybe not really. The rebounds, he has 8 rebounds, 4 assists. He only has 8 points tonight, and he just kept missing. But what I like from Hotcast is his effort to try to get the football or basketball. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, folks. It's not football; it's basketball. I apologize. You can make fun of me all you want. Drew Smith, he does have a field goal. Just so everyone knows. Thomas Bryant, 2 3-pointers. Yeah. He has more 3-pointers as a center than Bam does this season. And was still pretty early. And Duncan Robinson, only 1 3-pointer, 5 points. Not good numbers for him tonight. Just 2 rebounds, so that's pretty much it. So the Heat starts off with the possession of the ball. Karl Anthony Towns starts off his menace of the points with the full-length jump shot. Jovic will respond with a shot. Anunoby makes the 2 free throws. Bam Adebayo would tie it up. Mikal Bridges with the 3-pointer. Jovic gets on the line because Bridges fouled, but he misses both free throws. They can't do that. Brunson makes a shot. Tyler Hero with the 2 free throws. Karl Anthony Towns with a 3-pointer to make it 12-8 at this point. Hero with the response 3, and then Hero would take the lead for the Heat. But Anunoby with a 3-pointer for the Knicks to recapture the lead. Karl Anthony Towns once again making points in. Jovic with the 3-pointer to be down point. Bam gets fouled. Bridges only makes 1 for 2. Hotcast misses both free throws. Free throws are as much as I want to complain about the consistency with the Heat, the biggest worry for me right now is probably the free throws. They're so inconsistent with the free throws. There wasn't much of a huge problem in the season or two, was it? Because the first 4 games we constantly seeing 1 for 2, 1 for 2, 1 for 2, 1 for 2. But tonight there was 0 for 2, 0 for 2. That's they have to address it. Anyway, after the missed free throws, Tyler Hero does make the 3-pointer that would capture the lead for the Heat. There would be a foul on the Knicks. The Knicks would challenge it. They felt as though as Josh Hart had a clean strip of the basketball. The hand is all on the basketball and no contact. And for whatever reason, the call stands. The Knicks were charged with a timeout. In all fairness, though, it didn't look like there was much contact, so I can see why the Knicks were complaining. But he capitalized with the 2 free throws. At least this time Hotcast makes both free throws. But then Hotcast with the defensive rebound, then he makes a layup. Now all of a sudden the Heat is up by 5 points. Sure, you got Karl Anthony Towns making a jumper, but here comes Duncan Robinson with the layup. Cool. Hero, cool. Another jump shot. Josh Hart with a three-pointer. No surprise there. Jaime Jaquez with a floating jump shot. Karl Anthony Towns with a three-pointer. No surprise there at this point. But Duncan Robinson would get the three-pointer in. Okay. And we lead the first quarter by 6. That's the end of the first quarter, 32-26. This quarter, though, the second quarter, both even 26 points. That's pretty cool. So it's a pretty darn good game at this point. Mikal Bridges with a 2-point shot. Drew Smith with the floating jump shot. Karl Anthony Towns makes the shot in. Butler with the floating jump shot. McBride with the three-pointer to be down by 3 points for the Knicks. Jaquez fouls. McBride goes on the line and shoots both free throws. He makes both. A couple of turnovers later, Butler would make the jumper. So the Heat finally scores there. And for about a minute or two, Bam Adebayo would finally make the points in, but it was a pretty nice dunk from the side of the rim to make it 40-35. So that's nice. McBride make the three-pointer, and then Karl Anthony Towns would dunk it in to tie the game up for the Knicks. But the Heat, Tyler Hero would just shooting buckets. Karl Anthony Towns gets fouled, makes both free throws. Rozier with the three-pointer. McBride with a drive and dunk. Karl Anthony Towns with an alley-oop dunk. Yeah, that was pretty spectacular. The Heat came out with a timeout with Thomas Bryant shooting a three-pointer. No cap. So we're up by 3 again. Tyler Hero with the three-pointer of its own. Karl Anthony Towns with the shot in response. But then Thomas Bryant makes another three-pointer. It's now 55-48 Heat. That's incredible. Karl Anthony Towns makes both free throws. Anobi fouls. Butler makes both free throws. Brunson makes both free throws as well. And then Jaquez with 1 for 2 free throws. And that's the end of the second quarter. Halftime leading by 6 still, 58-52. The Heat in the third quarter gave up a three-pointer to start off, 55-58. Bam Adebayo makes both free throws. And guess what? He makes another 2 free throws. Not bad. And then turnover for the Knicks, the Heat, another drive and dunk. This time it's Bam. Once again, another great dunk. Brunson just gets the points up. Tyler Hero would get this three-pointer in to make it 67-57. And then Jovic with the three-pointer to make this 70-56. Or 70-57, I should say. The Heat is up by 13 at this point. So it's a good feeling. But then we forgot. We kind of forgot we're talking about the Miami Heat. They don't hold comfortable leads like this as often. And especially with the Knicks, especially with last season when we have history of giving up big leads like this, you have to see it coming. And then, unfortunately, my fears were correct as the Knicks went on a run. The Knicks went on a run that would eventually take the lead for the Knicks. And the Heat lost control. Brunson wasted three-pointer. Now he's starting to get hot. Mikal Bridges with the floating with a pull-up jump shot to make it 70-63. Bridges with the shot. Timeout Heat. The Heat cannot capitalize off turnovers. And that's what's frustrating. And Anobi makes a three-pointer like it's nothing. Jovic would make a drive and dunk. Will that set the tone? No, because Karl Anthony Towns would get the shot in, plus the and one. He does make the third point. Tyler Hero's doing everything he can to keep the Heat ahead. Karl Anthony Towns would tie the game up. Tyler Hero would try to keep it ahead. He does with 77-74. But the Heat is on the run. Brunson gets both free throws in off the Rozier foul. And then Brunson, of course, it had to be Brunson with a go-ahead three-pointer for the Knicks. And another three-pointer made. This time is Mikal Bridges. Jaime Jaquez, 1 for 2 free throws once again. Josh Hart with the shot in. Butler with the shot in as well. And then Josh Hart with the three-pointer to make it 87-80. It was established earlier. And then the fourth quarter, Karl Anthony Towns. Yeah. He makes a floating jump shot. Both free throws were made by Rozier. Karl Anthony Towns with another shot in. Knicks called a timeout because Terry Rozier would make this three-pointer. Jericho Sims with the alley-oop layup. Jimmy Butler gets fouled. He only makes 1 for 2. Rozier would make the three-pointer. There's some slim hope. Brunson makes 1 for 2. Me and my friend kind of joked around saying he's not going to miss, but he missed the first one. So I tried again with the second one. This time he does make it. Rozier tried to get the shot in. He does. Mikal Bridges makes the three-pointer. Tyler Hero makes the three-pointer. Okay, we get some hope? No, because Karl Anthony Towns breaks our hearts again with the layup. So Jimmy Butler with the alley-oop layup. Pretty cool. Taylor Brunson makes the three-pointer. Not cool, man. So we're down by 6 again. Butler with the driver layup. Could this finally be the time where Butler can save us? Since then, the Heat went cold. And then Brunson, of course, makes this shot. And then the Knicks ran away with this. Josh Hart with the layup. Karl Anthony Towns with another shot. And he keeps rebounding his own basketball because nobody could make the rebound. How could you? Bam Adebayo, 1 for 2 free throws. It's so frustrating. Karl Anthony Towns makes his three-pointer. At that point, it's game, set, and match. Rozier with the three-pointer. Karl Anthony Towns plus the and-one. Butler with the dunk. Brunson with both free throws. Tyler Hero with a three-pointer. And that's pretty much it. Shot clock violation. They milked the clock. And the final score in this game is 116-107 New York Knicks. And, you know, what could I say? I can't be mad at the fact that we let one guy definitely torch this team. It's so frustrating that the Heat's inability to try to rebound, and especially that we have a 7-foot center too. Is he not ready for the NBA experience? He made the team for a reason, bro. Anyway, when we look at the team stats, field goals 40 for 82 for the Knicks. That's 48.6%. The Heat's 37.81. 37-81, that's 45.7%. Three-pointers, they made one more three-pointer than the Heat did. With 18 for 40, we have 17 for 40. So that's 45% for the Knicks, 42.5 for the Heat. Free throws, yeah, the free throws clearly wins for the Knicks. 18 for 20, that's 90%. The Heat with the terrible 16 for 24. Awful. Cannot let that happen. You gotta shoot the ball on the free throw line. You just have to. The rebounds, even though it felt close, it didn't. Or even though it's close, it didn't feel like it was close. They have 42 rebounds because 2 guys had 13 rebounds and the other guy had 14 rebounds. It's insane. Meanwhile, our player with the most rebounds is Jaime Jaquez. That's off the bench. Really? We have 39 rebounds. It's insanity. They have 3 more assists than we do. They have 30. We have 27. They have 8 steals. We have 6. 4 blocks. We have 3. Turnovers. Yeah, turnovers were an issue. What do you call it? 17 fouls for the Heat. Yeah, that's not good. But 16 fouls for the Knicks. Our largest lead was 13, and we still lost the game. Their largest lead was 12, but yet they won the game. That's the difference. Our next game is against the Wizards. That's going to be in Mexico City. It's going to be in Mexico City on Saturday night. So we have a couple of days rest. And that's pretty much it, folks. I don't know what else to say other than the Heat just got beat by Karl Anthony Towns. That's crazy. And the Knicks, of course, rallied against the Heat in the second half. It's just no. The one thing that's so frustrating is that we have an answer. We cannot execute with that question, or just the planning and the ability to even do it. Hopefully, Eric Spoelstra figures something out with the consistency with the rebounds and, more importantly, the free throws, because it's not good. But anyway, there you go. That's going to do it for this one. It's upsetting, but the Heat is 2-2. That's maybe the only positive thing. But that's it, folks. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe for content, because Miami TVG guys are back. And when he does, he'll be right there with the entertainment you deserve. This is Miami TVG, signing out. Good night, everybody.